There's an immigration storm brewing in Australia, has been for some years, and we've been getting the brunt of it here in New Zealand. But things are about to get worse. Talofa lava, malolelei, whakalofalahi atu, bulavanaka, kia rana. Welcome to Pacifically Correct. So in 2014, the Australian government revisited their Immigration Act, and they wanted to find a way to lower the bar so that they could deport any non-Australian citizens who broke their law and were punished by 12 months imprisonment or more. So from the year 2015 to 2019, 1,500 Kiwis were sent back from Australia to New Zealand. Now, 33% of that 1,500 were Pasifika, with Samoans being the biggest group in that bracket. From 2019 through to February this year, another 1,082 deportees have come back. So we're starting to get a bit of a problem here. And the problem is basically this. If they can't resettle, if these deportees can't find jobs and accommodation, if they can't find family, then they're going to revert to the only thing that they know. Remember, the majority of them have come from prison. So we need to reach out to them and help them in some way. We can't hate on the Australians. The Australian government is merely doing what they need to do in protecting their own citizens. But I spoke to a CE of an organisation here, a charitable trust that has been tasked with relocating some of these people, and she said there's two things that they need from our Pasifika leaders right now. One is they need some of our Pasifika people, probably some of the older ones who know the lineages, the families, the villages, who can help track down some of the lost ainga of these young fellas that are coming back. And secondly, they need some sort of families that can help sort of support some of these young fellas, because some of these young ones went across to Australia, being led by their parents by the hand as kids, and they've grown up in Australia, they've gone through the school system, they've got jobs in Australia, they got married to Australian citizens, they've had children of their own, they break the law, and then they alone get sent back to New Zealand, where they might have left here when they were 5 years old. So they might not have any ainga here. They're going to need support. Now, I would like to think that our island churches would take this opportunity to reach out and show some unconditional love, show some grace and mercy, and put something around these young fellas so that we can protect them and that we can look after them and that we can help them to walk straight. Why should we? Well, because my late mother-in-law told me of an old Samoan proverb. It's about a starfish back in the islands that it's poisonous, and if you step on it, well, you've got some problems. You can get sick or die. But the locals know that if you turn it upside down and put it to the wound, that it actually sucks out its own venom. So the moral of that story is Samoans know the issues and they have the solutions if given the opportunity. So what better time is there to stand up now for us as Pacific Islanders to say to the government, hey, we've got this. We know what love and alofa and support and respect can do for our families. We'll take care of these ones because, we're responsible for these ones. Even though we don't know them, they're still our blood. They're still our people, and they're going to need some support. Now, just when you think things couldn't get any worse, in February this year, the Australian government indicated they want to revisit that law yet again to see whether they can lower the bar so that they can send even more people back to their lands of origin. If that happens, we're going to have some massive issues. So team, let's see what we can do from our Pacific end to reach out to these ones that don't know anything about New Zealand life. Some of them are just absolutely devastated. They're traumatized. They're anxious. They don't know, where they're going to live, if they're going to get a job. They're not aware if they're going to even see their families in Australia again because they can't go back. So it's time that we sort of reach out to them and see what we can do to support them, because if we don't, then they may have to return to the only thing that they know, which is not legal. And then, of course, that's going to impact on our whole community. So let's show a little love, because that's specifically correct. Thanks for your time. Whaftai lava, Pasifika.